Hello, my name is Adam Watkins, Dean of Arts and Communication at Lincoln Land Community College. These are extraordinary times. They continue to be extraordinary. Extraordinary in a way that we never imagined, in a way that none of us have experienced before. But we know we need to change. We need to seek new ways, new avenues, new pathways for change. We must find change within ourselves. We must seek change within each other. We want the best of our community. We want the best of our institution. And we want the best of our students and faculty and staff. And in so doing, we continue to find creative output, creative outlets, and genuinely to be creative, because the only thing constant is change. And it is with that that I present to you from the Department of Arts and Communication at Lincoln Land Community College, Change.
A pivotal year for change. Grocery store shelves, empty. Restaurants, empty. Schools, empty. Ourselves, empty. Hi, my name is Maggie Gluckler, and I'm a high school student during the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, I'm going to be talking to you all about the changes that students have experienced due to this pandemic. March 13th, 2020. Schools across the nation were shut down. 2 weeks, no school, no extracurriculars, or so we thought. 2 weeks passed, and we were still stuck at home, and COVID cases were on the rise. So we switched to online school. Online school brought many new opportunities, but many new challenges. It challenged us to take the responsibility and learn on our own, but we were also able to get our work done in less time. Sports. I worked all year for my high school spring soccer season, but then, all of a sudden, canceled. No practice, no games, no season. All of that hard work was taken away for nothing. Social life. Since we were at home so much, I got a lot of time to spend with my family, but very little time to spend with my friends. Now, family time was very necessary because, like many other students, I was very busy during the school year. But since I was seeing my friends all the time at school, and then instantly, I was not seeing them at all. COVID caused many challenges, but also created many new opportunities. It created the opportunity to complete school online, but it challenged us to take on the responsibility and learn on our own. It challenged us by canceling sports, but it gave us the opportunity for individual practice. It challenged our relationships, but it showed us who our real friends were and are. Due to COVID, our lives will never be the same. It has had such a big impact on us, good and bad. How has COVID impacted you?
Hi everyone, my name is Aretha, and I've been given the opportunity tonight to speak to you about change. When I was first given this opportunity, there was a lot that came to mind about change and even the processes of change. One of the first things that came to mind is how change has always served as a vehicle, bringing me to places of destination and bringing me to places of purpose. It is through the process of change and the pressure of change that I've grown, I've matured, I've learned to develop. And I think that these stages of maturity probably would not have happened had not it been for change. And so I think that's the beauty of change that we can all appreciate. Another side of change, and I think we can all attest to experiencing this in the last 2 years, is the process of adapting. It is through the process and the pressure of change that we've learned to adapt to the individuality that we find amongst each other. It is through that adaptation that we have learned to appreciate the differences found amongst each other. And I believe that that is the beauty of change that is oftentimes devalued or underestimated. While change has not always been easy, it is very necessary. Another thing that comes to my mind when I think about change is how change is only found, processes of change is only found amongst the living. I believe it is through the process of change that we find the evidence of the living. And so while all change is not comfortable, all change is evident. Thank you for allowing me to share with you tonight.
Here's a tricky one. It's something that this video is based on change.
Right.
So taking into account what you do here, what does change mean to you?
Oh, goodness. You're right, that is a tricky one.
You got
Okay. So about what I know here and about my class. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of it is like a change of perspective and experience. Like, I'm learning all these things, and it's been changing, like, my viewpoint, too. Like, I'm beginning to embrace it a lot more, too. Like, I'm okay with the fact that, yes, my goal right now may be being a graphic designer, but I'm aware that that still could change. Like, I could end up doing something completely different by the time I start my next semester, I could have a different goal path in mind.
I think that whenever you are learning a language, you're not just learning like the reading and the writing and the speaking. You are also learning about cultures and different peoples. And this is usually more true in like a classroom setting, like Lincoln Lands. And whenever you do that, it kind of helps to shift and shape your perspective of those other cultures. But in so doing that, it also shifts and shapes the perspective of your own culture as well. For example, whenever you are in some French speaking and Spanish speaking countries, you might see this very common greeting. Maybe not as much now that we have COVID, but pre COVID, they had a common greeting in which they would kiss each other on the cheek. come up and just mwah, mwah, like that. And in the United States, we have like a personal space bubble. And for us, if someone were to get into that bubble, it's a faux pas, no pun intended. But it's just something that we don't do here nearly as often. And if we do let somebody come into that personal space, it's usually somebody that we're very close to. And if it's any kind of kissing, it's usually like a family setting. I definitely do believe that it increases your valuableness, your valuability, your value, increases your value in the workforce and in kind of the job marketplace, if you will, because it enhances your ability to communicate. And again, whenever that happens, it kind of gives you like a broader audience to speak to. And this could be potential customers, potential clients. If you're working with like politics, it kind of gives you a leg up on getting more support. And it can even kind of enhance the respect that you get from those other people. This also kind of rings true with service jobs like social workers, with police force, with people like teachers, therapists as well, in which when you can communicate directly with that person, even if it's a little bit broken, especially when they're children, it kind of helps build a little bit of a trust. That way you don't have this person in between you kind of translating. And it whenever you take away that middleman, that translator in the middle, it helps you to kind of give that other party, whether it be a child or whether it be an adult, whatever, to kind of really feel who you are on a different level, rather than kind of having that wall in the way whenever you're speaking through a translator and them speaking back to you through that translator. So it definitely does enhance that valuability. It creates better bonds. It can build trust. It can build respect. So taking a foreign language is a great way to increase your own marketability when you're trying to find a job or if you're trying to build a career. I would like to note also that it's kind of endless opportunities when it comes to that, because like I said, it would help with your career, but it also can help you in your own life if you're planning on traveling to a foreign country, whether it's just to visit, kind of like on a vacation thing, or if you have family that speak different languages, you might be able to better communicate with them as well. But also if you're deciding to completely move and go live in another country for whatever reason, it'll actually help open doors for you as well. And it kind of gives you like a heightened sense of liberation, being free to be able to communicate and talk with people and ask for what you need and get what you need, as well as to be able to better serve them, because you won't have to have that middleman again between you. So it definitely frees you up to more opportunities that way. I'd like to end on a joke that the awesome Dr. Hoff snuck into, I do believe, my last semester, which was the 4th out of the 4 semester series of classes with Spanish at Lincoln Land. It is a pun. I'm a huge fan of puns. And it goes like this. ¿Cómo se siente un oso enojado? Furioso. I think that is an oh so awesome joke, and a very, very funny one at that. Thank you for your time. Hasta pronto. Abiento. And I will see you soon.